Hello, my name is Derek James, and I'm trying to make a video game. I currently live in Vancouver, Canada, one of the most beautiful places on Earth. I'm a fourth-year interactive design and technology student at Simon Fraser University. The university is famous for being on a mountain and being extremely bleak. Over the course of the summer of 2013, I'll be designing my very own independent video game, and I'll be documenting the entire process. This is how it all goes down. Hello Internet, I'm Derek James, and it is currently June 23rd, 2013. It's summer break, and I'm only enrolled in 2 classes. That gives me a little more time to work on various side projects, one of which is my video game that I'm currently creating. The working title of the game is called Rock Rush. It's a fun, fast-paced, easy to pick up, hard to put down sort of casual game set to be released on mobile platforms. I'm the only person working on this game, which means I'm coding it, designing it, creating all of the assets, pretty much doing anything you can imagine single-handedly. And I'm hoping to get it done by the time the summer is up before I have to really get back into school mode. As such, I've got a bit of a deadline, and I'm hoping to release the game by the end of summer 2013. So the game builds on a pretty basic premise seen in a lot of tower defense games. You've got a village that you have to defend from a wave of oncoming attackers, and your only defense is by hurling boulders down this hill towards them. It mixes sort of a traditional tower defense game with more common physics aspects that we see in a lot of more modern mobile games. There are a lot more elements that I'm adding in over time as the game progresses to create a much deeper experience, so it's something a little more in-depth than just tossing boulders at bad guys. It's a pretty hectic schedule, and it's quite fast-paced, but I decided I would document the entire process, showing my progress as time goes by, so hopefully this is the first of many videos. There's going to be a lot going on over the course of the summer and over the course of the development of this game. So I might as well start off with a basic look into how I develop and design a single level. Alright, so this is the basic level map I've made in UDK. So I've built the engine already, which is pretty much what it sounds like. It's like if you're building a car, you need to build the engine first and then you can paint it later. So I've got the basic mechanics going on. Now all I need to really do is just create the levels, create the content, and then make adjustments to the gameplay as I see fit, as that goes about. So there's some elements going on here in this level. You see these different path nodes are where the bad guys are going to spawn, and these path nodes are where they're going to be running to. I've got this new element. These are little trap doors. If enemies run into there, they'll do damage. You got a little trap door here. And additionally, there are also trapdoors that open and close in various increments. We also have rocks, which your boulders will bounce off. So the inclusion of the trapdoors is a sort of step up in the difficulty. Just makes things a little bit harder since you don't quite know where the enemies are going to go and you can't really cherry pick anymore. I've got this trapdoor that opens and closes incrementally. And so we have a bad guy coming up the side here, and if I click, the boulder rolls down and crushes them. Additionally, we have a bad guy coming up this way. And you see, I have to plan ahead as a player because this trapdoor opens up and kind of stops where you're going. So there is a lot more skill and challenge to it than just kind of rolling boulders down a hill. You get rewarded for destroying multiple enemies with one single boulder, so you really need to plan your shots because sometimes you'll have less boulders than there are enemies. So you really have to plan and figure out and try and get as many birds with one stone. So the basic way I create a level is think of the main sort of concept that I want to go with, and then I set up my actors and elements on the stage. So that includes moving around the rock placements. I start with the essential things, like fitting rocks and various other elements that are going to affect the gameplay. Then once that's done, I'll play test it a few times. So I'll walk you through this level I've just designed. So we have a few various trapdoors. We have an enemy coming down here, so I'm just gonna crush them like this. That's fairly simple. We have one trapdoor over here that is opening and closing on a certain amount of time. got enemies coming up the side. See, I just got 2 enemies with 1 boulder. That's the way you should be doing it. It's just the most effective. You get the most amount of points. It's another 2 for 1. I'm making it look easy just because I know the right timing and whatnot. For example, this one's difficult. So we got a little guy coming down here, but there's nowhere really to take a shot. So you have to plan it. Drop a boulder at this door, and when the door closes, the boulder will roll down and just barely get the guy. So that's a more extreme version of using the trap doors. I'm about 15 levels into the 50 or 60 levels that I plan to design for the game. So basically, the majority of my time is going to be spent working on levels, play testing, figuring out the right flow for the game, and then various other things such as trying to promote the game, trying to get it released on the App Store, which is a hassle in itself. And so hopefully I'll be able to get that all done by the end of the summer. Hopefully I will be able to do it still in one piece while trying to juggle school and work and various other things. So if you find this all fascinating and extremely interesting, please be sure to follow my progress. You can go to my website, on Facebook, Twitter, or on YouTube. Thanks for watching, and wish me luck, please.